Hey everyone, it is your host Cyber and welcome to another video. In today's video, I wanted to upload you and update you guys on what's happening on the PS3 side of things that a lot of people are not aware of. There's articles going around that are from an outside source that is saying that on April 2nd, not April, July 2nd, 2021, Sony will be shutting down the PlayStation Store on the PlayStation 3. Now, how do I have my doubts. I'm not saying that this is impossible. What I'm trying to say is that this is kind of hard to believe because in those articles, if you really read them very carefully, they say on July 2nd the PSP and the PS3 versions of the PlayStation Store will be shutting down. I'm not 100% sure if they're talking about the PS Vita or they're talking about the original PSP or the PSP consoles, but if they are talking about the original PSP consoles, that is originally a big red flag, and I'm going to explain to you why. The PSP version of the PS Store has been shut down for years. Yes, you can still access the PS Store on the PSP, but you won't be able to directly just purchase items. You can search for games, but you can't necessarily purchase items at all. You can still access your download list through your account management and as well through the PS Store's download list on the PSP, but you cannot purchase anything. It just says the store has been moved, and you can't even really purchase anything on the Sony's website because they don't have it available there either. You can only either buy it on the PS3 or you can buy it on the PSP itself, and the only source right now for it is the PS3. Now the problem here is that was one of the instant red flags for me, and I don't have even if the PS Store does shut down for the PS3, it is not the end of the world. It is not. See, the PS Store may be shutting down, and that is not the word that most of the majority of the time. That majority of the time, people are always going to find ways to get games, and now with that just shuts down, the only way people will get games, either for PSP or PS3, etc., is going online on eBay and spending a good amount of money on games that you'd never owned before. Personally, I get my games through a different application on my PS3, and I'm not going to say it in this video because that is considered as we call piracy. I don't know if you guys if you guys want to see how that works. I'll make another video on it at some point, but not right now. I can't tell you guys if this is true or not. It is not officially announced by Sony. It's just an outside source that this is going to happen, and without Sony's output on it, then there's really no reason to worry. I know that some people are probably going to be skeptical because they believe that, okay, if Sony haven't said anything, then there's no reason to worry about. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you can't be skeptical about it. I'm not saying that you should be worried about it. But I'm saying it to be very cautious that it can happen. The system is almost as like nearly a decade old, and I think it's a decade old. I'm not 100% sure. It's not even a decade old. It's nearly a decade old, and Sony's primary focus is on the PS5. But with the thing that a lot of people don't understand is that the PS Store is maybe shutting down. If it does shut down, it is not the end of the world. A lot of people are wondering, oh, they shut down the PS Store. Will Black Ops 2 or the other multiplayer games will shut down? No, that is not the fucking case. If any YouTuber tells you that the PS Store is shutting down, you won't be able to play online, that's fucking bullshit. The only way that you will not be able to play a game online is if one, the whole entire PlayStation network for the PS3 goes away. Meaning you cannot sign in, you're just gone. You can't download your pre-purchased games, it just would be gone. The only way that you will not be able to only play online is if the publisher of a specific game shuts down the server for their game. PSN just acts like a key to be able to just go in and boost to the connection to the main server. It does not interfere with that unless the publisher of that game, such as Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 will not shut down unless they shut down it itself. It's just not fucking possible. how I feel, what I feel right now about the PS Store is something that I will miss. If that does happen, I will miss the PS Store dramatically. I'm not saying that it is gonna happen, but if it does happen, yes, I'm gonna miss it. Yes, I won't be able to. I know I won't be able to purchase PS3 games from the PS Store. But since I had my PS3, I have not accessed the PS Store unless I had to specifically redeem a code or something like that. And that's the only reason why I would go on the PS Store. The PS Store and the PS3 is kind of bullshit, anyways, because they converted it from the old way into like an app, and half of the time the app crashes anyways. So I'm not really gonna miss it too much, but I'm gonna miss it to enough where I know that it has sentimental attachment to it. But I don't know what's gonna happen when it does happen. I don't know if it's gonna affect any other apps that utilizes the PS Store, but I do know that um, if they do shut down the PS Store, it is not the end of the world. If you purchase games, you'll still be able. Hopefully, you'll still be able to access your purchased items through your account management, just not going through the PS Store. And the PS Store download list is kind of bugging anyways, because you can buy a game and the game won't actually never show up there, but will actually show up in your actual download list. Like it acts like you never purchased the game in the first place, which is kind of bullshit if that puts it that way. I can tell you guys that it is the utmost outrageous way. And literally, like, you can buy you can buy PS Plus and stuff like that, but literally there is no reason to shout. The only thing that would most likely be affected through PS3 is anything that deals with PS Plus. If you have PS Plus and you pay it through the PS3 system, you don't buy a PS4 and stuff like that, you're gonna lose any of the functionality of PS Plus. The only way that you can get functionality of PS Plus back is if you go through a PS4 or Sony's website and you purchase PS Plus from there. That's the only way that I can think of uh, of buying purchasing PS Plus. Games for digital games isn't going to be a thing anymore for the PS3 if this does happen, and I'm very going to keep my eye on it to see if it actually does happen. I'm going to be really sad that when it does happen, but at the same time, I'm not. Not only that, at least I get 48 megabytes back of my hard drive space, so I'm going to be real happy about that. so, but it was a matter of time when they do this. It's PS Now is their frame. The only reason why the PlayStation 3 servers has been up for so long is simply because of PS Now. A lot of you guys don't know that there's a lot of games from PS3 on PS Now. You can play on PS5, you can play on PS4, and you can still sign into your account. And the only reason why it's still PS3 servers are still online is because when people pay for PS Now, they're not paying for just not only the games, but they're also paying to help upkeep the PS3 servers so they can still be going online. Other than that, it's gonna happen. Whether if we like it or not, if it does happen, then it does happen. But all I can tell you that it's a matter of time. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.